There's a difference in our strength, but not to such a great extent.
From bold and quirky to downright ridiculous, anime characters come in all flavors, but some aren't just strong, they're reality warping, physics-defying forces of nature. Forget dodging punches, these beings rewrite the very rules of the game. This is Animeology, and today we're counting down characters who make heroes look ordinary and villains sweat bullets. Let's jump right in. Number 10, Sunjin Wu. Forget rock bottom. Sunjin Wu from Solo Leveling started in the Marianas Trench of weakness. Goblins mocked him, pigeons stole his lunch, it was brutal. But then a mysterious dungeon incident grants him insane power-ups, superhuman strength, lightning reflexes, and the ultimate ability to turn slain monsters into his shadow army. These elite soldiers level up with him, regenerate like crazy, and follow his every command. Sunjin Wu's shadow army is essentially a silent ninja squad that never needs a bathroom break. He doesn't conquer dungeons, he obliterates them. This one-man wrecking crew makes S-rank hunters question their entire careers. Number 9, Wangling. The main character from the daily life of the Immortal King might look like your average homework-obsessed high schooler, but don't be fooled. This unassuming dude is hiding a power level that could shatter reality itself. We're talking control over the elements, warping space, and enough raw energy to make stars jealous. The problem? Wangling just wants a normal life. His parents constantly suppress his powers with special charms and pills to avoid cosmic meltdowns. Even a simple sneeze could level a city block. Picture trying to impress your crush while accidentally summoning a meteor shower. Hilarious, right? But for Wangling, it's a constant struggle. He's the overpowered anomaly who craves normalcy, a walking contradiction who accidentally levels bosses with a bored sigh. Number 8, Anos Vodigold.
At this rate, I will have to forfeit. Can't have that. In go.
Wait, did I just...
The misfit of Demon King Academy's Anos isn't just overpowered, he's a walking, smirking existential crisis for anyone who dares challenge him. Reborn after 2,000 years, this former Demon King finds his descendants a tad underwhelming. Their magic is child's play compared to his. Their strength is like ants before a hurricane. Anos casually defies the very laws of physics, manipulating time, reality, and even death itself. He can dismantle spells with a thought, rewrite his existence if defeated, and even move celestial bodies on a whim. The school he attends to hone his supposedly weak magic becomes a playground for his unmatched power.
This is my castle, Delzagate. I'm going to show you what it means to take on the Demon King. In his own castle.
He's so strong that he gets bored because everyone else is a fly buzzing around his head. Anos is the overpowered benchmark, the god among mortals, the guy who redefines the concept of broken. Number 7, Ain't Ul Gaon.
The primal fire elemental. Its level is in the upper 80s.
Ain't Ul Gaon from Overlord is a death god trapped in a skeletal body. He's like a treasure chest overflowing with overpowered spells, terrifying summons, and enough buffs to make him a walking fortress. As a former player from a reality warping game, his magic system translates terrifyingly well. He can unleash instant death spells, summon legions of undead, and manipulate the very fabric of reality with a snap of his bony fingers. The problem, Ain't isn't sure how strong everyone else actually is. He spends most of his time misunderstanding situations, worried a simple sneeze might vaporize an entire nation. Despite his paranoia, Ain't accidentally flexes his power in the most absurd ways, leaving bewildered victims in his wake.
Grasp hard.
He's the overpowered enigma, the walking armory with self-esteem issues, the ruler who accidentally conquers through sheer, overwhelming power. Number 6. Ewok. Bleach's Thousand-Year Blood War has an absurdly strong main villain. Yuha is the Destiny's puppeteer. This leader of the Quincy, the sworn enemies of Soul Reapers, boasts power that rewrites the very rules of the game. His signature ability, the Almighty, grants him a terrifying foresight. He sees all possible futures and chooses the one where he wins. No matter how strategic your magic, Ewok has already dodged it, countered it, or rewritten the outcome entirely. He absorbs Rarioku, the spiritual energy that fuels attacks, leaving his opponents drained and powerless. His blood flows through all Quincy, granting them power but also binding them to his will. He's not just powerful, he's a walking army, a constant reminder that defying him is defying fate itself. Ewok is a force of nature, a storm you can't outrun, a god rewriting reality with a flick of his wrist. Number 5. Saitama. Forget flashy transformations and screaming attacks, Saitama's power level is the real. He achieved unimaginable strength through a ridiculously simple regimen: 100 daily sit-ups, 100 push-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run. The result? Saitama can obliterate any opponent with a single, nonchalant punch. Mountainous monsters crumble like sandcastles, city-leveling attacks are swatted away like pesky flies. The concept of a fair fight simply doesn't exist for Saitama. His true struggle? The soul-crushing boredom of unmatched power. Every fight is a monotonous chore, a one-sided display of overwhelming strength. Training has become pointless, villains a tedious nuisance. Saitama yearns for a worthy opponent, someone who can push him past his self-imposed limits. This hilarious paradox is what makes Saitama so unique. He's not just overpowered, he's overpowered to the point of apathy. A walking contradiction, the strongest hero who craves a challenge, the ultimate warrior who's perpetually bored. Saitama is the absurdity of strength personified, the hero who redefines the meaning of overpowered. Number 4. Ryomen Sukuna.
領域展開福間水氏
Jujutsu Kaisen throws a monstrous curveball with the King of Curses. Forget powerful sorcerers, Sukuna is a walking, grinning apocalypse trapped in a teenager's body. He's not just strong, he's the embodiment of cursed energy, the very essence of chaos given flesh and bones. His curse techniques are a terrifying buffet of devastation, cleaving the strongest sorcerers in two, unleashing blasts of pure malice and warping reality within his domain. But Sukuna's real terror lies in his resilience. Sealed within a high schooler's fingers, he exerts immense control, manipulating his hosts and waiting for the perfect moment to unleash hell on Earth. Even weakened, he casually dominates seasoned sorcerers with a terrifying ease, a constant reminder of the monster lurking beneath the surface. Sukuna doesn't play hero or villain, he craves carnage, the thrill of the fight. He's a ticking time bomb fueled by pure malice, a god king itching to break free and rewrite the world in his twisted image. Ryomen Sukuna is a chilling reminder that some powers are not meant to be awakened. He's overpowered, yes, but in a way that sends shivers down your spine. Number 3. Sera.
It's always disappointing. He still can't see my fluctuations.
This granny elf from Frieren beyond Journey's End isn't just powerful, she's a library of arcane knowledge, kind of like a living grimoire, a sentient tome that has witnessed the very birth of magic itself. Unlike most characters on this list, Sera's power isn't raw strength or destructive potential, it's her unparalleled mastery of magic. We don't even know her true age, yet her experience speaks for itself. She tutored Flamme, the legendary mage who trained Frieren, the Demon King slaying main character. And while Frieren possesses a staggering amount of unreleased mana, Serie's restricted mana pool nearly dwarfs it. If Frieren has a sea of mana, then Serie's probably banking on an ocean.
Her well of it is tremendous. It is equal even to yours, mistress.
But Serie's true strength lies in her knowledge. She's a walking encyclopedia of spells, capable of recalling and wielding magic lost to time. Her intuition, honed over millennia, borders on precognition. No mage, no matter how skilled, has ever surpassed her grasp of the arcane arts. Serie isn't a fighter who dominates battles, but a legend, the silent teacher, the embodiment of magical knowledge. Number 2, Rimuru Tempest.
And summoning. My offering will be all the dead bodies in this area.
Don't be fooled by the adorable slime exterior. Originally a human named Satoru Mikami, Rimuru's reincarnation into a slime comes with the Predator skill. This seemingly simple ability lets him devour anything and gain its strengths and abilities. Rimuru starts small, absorbing a lowly monster and gaining its basic skills. But his ambition and insatiable curiosity fuel his growth. He devours stronger foes, mimics their abilities, and even absorbs magicules, the very essence of magic, to fuel his own unique abilities. Over time, Rimuru can shapeshift, control immense amounts of magic, command an army of loyal monsters he's befriended, and even nullify and absorb enemy attacks. His arsenal is a smorgasbord of stolen and evolved skills, making him an unpredictable opponent. But Rimuru's true strength lies in his leadership and charisma. He built a monster nation called Tempest, a haven for all races, and fosters alliances with powerful beings like the true dragon Veldora. His kindness and strategic mind earned him the respect and loyalty of those around him, creating a network of trust that bolsters his own power. Number 1, Zeno.
You brought Grand Zeno! Great on thee, King. You grace us with your presence as always. I hope this day finds you well, sire.
He's not a flamboyant fighter or a walking arsenal of magical techniques. No, Zeno's power is far more absolute and terrifying. He's the freaking Omni King, a being who can erase entire universes with a whim. A toddler with a reality warping remote control, that's basically Zeno. He possesses unimaginable power, capable of obliterating planets, timelines, and even gods themselves with a simple gesture. His motives are shrouded in mystery, his childish demeanor a stark contrast to his world-ending potential. Zeno isn't a villain seeking galactic domination. He's more like a bored godchild, playing with universes like a child smashing ants. His power isn't about flashy battles or epic clashes. It's about absolute, unquestionable dominance. Even the mightiest warriors in Dragon Ball Super tremble in his presence, knowing a single tantrum could spell their doom.
All of existence, go away!
Zeno's true power lies in his unknowability. We don't know the full extent of his abilities, his limitations, or even his goals. He's a wild card, a ticking time bomb that casts a long shadow over the entire Dragon Ball multiverse. He's a constant reminder that even the strongest characters exist at the whim of a higher power, a power that transcends the very concept of challenge. Zeno is overpowered in the most fundamental sense. He's the ultimate ruler, the embodiment of unchecked, godlike authority.